consultants that proudly represent the Oakview Group. With me is Sean Malone, Lisa Hurst-Jones, who's not here right now. She will be, and Bill Cole, and we are the political consultants. As a Baltimorean, born and raised here, I am excited to say that today is a great day for our city. Look at this, it's already began. Come on, put it up. Great job. I first attended the arena known as the Civic Center when I was 5 years old. My mother brought my sister and I to a Jackson 5 concert to see little Michael Jackson. Bless her heart, we were so far up in the nosebleed seats that we could hardly see the stage, but we were in the house. 53 years later, I am here witnessing and proud to be a part of the $200 million private investment by the Oakview Group and its partners. There's no risk to taxpayers or costs. It is truly a win-win. There's an old saying, if you build it, they will come. For example, the Oakview Group has recent openings of facilities that are just awesome in Austin, Texas, Belmont Park and Elmont, New York, Seattle, Washington, and Savannah, Georgia. And trust me, once you see this world-class facility, this place will rock. I now would like to introduce the man who has the vision for this project. This man also has a long history with this city. You see, he started his career with the Baltimore Blast 40 years ago, and now he's back. All righty. You can't say they aren't working. It is my honor and privilege and pleasure to introduce to you the CEO of the Oakview Group, Tim Leiweke.
So they asked me, do you want to stop the construction while you're doing the presentation? I said, hell no. We got a schedule to hit. The mayor's going to kill me. The CIAA is going to kill me. And so we are going to be ready for this thing first quarter next year. So we're excited about that. Keep working. Thank you. The second thing is I love ultimately having people come to a groundbreaking after we started working, because now they know this isn't spec. This is real. This is happening. We're going to get this done. So first of all, to Mayor Scott, thank you for your leadership. Awesome leadership, well-driven in the process. He's a tough negotiator, but a fair negotiator. And what he told us from day one is protect the best interest of the city and the taxpayers. And you did that. And we're proud of the fact not $1 of taxpayers' money is involved in this. It's all private. And secondly, the taxpayers aren't at risk on this project, period. So Mayor, thank you for your leadership, and thanks for protecting and selling Baltimore. We appreciate it. So we've had the Baltimore Development Corporation hounding us, chasing us, working with us when there was a bid, and then we obviously had to come along and win the bid, and then we had to finish the deal. Colin was amazing. We have lived with him for 2+ years on trying to get this deal done. You do not have a better ambassador. You do not have a better passionate leader, and in particular, there's no one better at getting everything on a piece of paper and getting everything signed. You did a great job, and it's a pleasure to work with you. Thank you, and thank you to the development agency. Appreciate it. So, you know, we have the good fortune of being a $6 billion company that is developing the greatest arenas in the world now. We're developing more new arenas than any company in the history of the facility business. So I have people, including our bankers, that occasionally come to me, because our bankers are sitting right here today, and they say, why Baltimore? And I look at them and say, why not Baltimore? Have you seen this city? Do you understand the dynamics of this city? Do you understand 27 million people a year come to this city for tourism. Have you seen the hotels? Have you seen the restaurants? Have you seen the passion of this leadership group? Have you seen the youth and the ambition and the drive of the mayor and the council? Do you understand? Some people can look at something and say, why? But we can dream of something that could be and say, why not? That's why we're doing Baltimore and the arena here. We believe in the future. We believe in the leadership, and we know the history. I started my career here with a Baltimore Blast. I can't believe that we were able to ultimately draw as well as we did, but I lived in a time with Mayor Donald Schaefer. I lived when the Inner Harbor just opened up with the Rouse Company. I watched him in that goofy swimsuit jump into the aquarium and swim in the aquarium. And I saw the passion of Charm City. I saw the people that loved this community, and I fell in love with this community. So I wouldn't be here today, and OVG would not exist if it weren't for Baltimore and the lessons learned and the passion I learned as I lived in downtown Baltimore at the time and worked in this building. OVG and our 5,000 employees are dedicated now and passionate because they understand my history here. They understand my passion. This is a high priority for our company. So the deal's simple, and there's been a little bit of confusion, so I want to make sure we spell this out because this is the simplest deal ever. We're putting up all the money. Yes, we started at 150 million. No, we're no longer at 150 million. We're now at 200 million plus. We will not chintz here. We are not going to value engineer here, except to my construction people. We are ultimately committed to making sure that we build a building that becomes the heart and the soul of downtown Baltimore, and it becomes, again, a point of destination for the entire region and becomes part of the story for the 30 million people we're going to draw as tourism in Baltimore. So we pay for everything. We operate it. We take all the operating risk. We put up all the capital over the next 30 years. There is zero risk for the taxpayers in the city. In addition to that, we make sure they never go backwards from where they were. So we start at $1.7 million a year, and it grows by 2% for the next 30 years, and we commit $70 million back to the city. So we have $300 million in this project. A private company betting on Baltimore, a private company in love and passionate about Baltimore, and a private company now that will be right there with you, Mayor, to go tell the story of Baltimore and downtown Baltimore to anyone and everyone that will join us in ultimately changing and rejuvenating the economy. And I'm in the hotel business, I'm in the bed business, I'm in the sales business. So we're committed not to just doing a great job with the CIAA, we're committed to chasing everything else that's out there and going and selling to the world what we already know. If you want a great event, if you want to ultimately see a lot of people in a community support you, if you want to, at the end of the event, say, I am so happy we came to Baltimore, come see this building, because that's what we're going to build for this city. Our work schedule is tight. It is going to be, we have work in front of us here to get this ready by the tournament. We understand that. We put all of our project team that just finished Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle and just finished the UBS Arena in New York, and that team is now focused on this project. So we have brought our best resources with Steve Collins and Paul Young and the team to stay on this project every day and get us to the finish line. So we're excited about opening it up next first quarter. Now, last thing, we're proud today, and the mayor is going to talk a little bit about it today because he had a conversation, but Pharrell's joined our ownership group. Pharrell chased us. We didn't chase Pharrell. We're working on a few other projects with him. He, to me, is one of the great leaders in the music industry today, in the fashion industry today. But Pharrell has a passion and a mission statement about the rejuvenation of urban core, and in particular, going out and creating jobs and creating economic impact that give us a different conversation with our youth, give us a different hope with our youth. We're really excited. Pharrell will be actively involved, not just in our culture and our mission statement and our outreach to the community, but what we book here. And he's going to be the greatest ambassador we have. He will join Rich Kleiman and Kevin Durant from 35 Ventures, who are already our partner. So we got it covered, folks. We got Kevin on the basketball side. I got Pharrell on the music side. I'm telling you, we are in for a hell of a ride with this building, and we Couldn't be more proud to represent this community. Couldn't be more proud of the partners we've been able to bring in. So finally, we closed our financing yesterday. Anyone worried about us and whether or not we're really committed? Money's done, money's in the bank. Truist led the charge. We were really proud that we had a great participation of minority banks that participated in the syndication. Great statement about what we represent to this community. It is in addition to the 30% of the minority owners that are our subcontractors on this project, which we're really proud of. We are for Baltimore. We are of Baltimore, and we are by Baltimore. So thank you for letting us in this community. Thank you for letting me return home. We won't let you down. So we have a brief sizzle video, and we're going to show you a little bit about what's headed your way.
OVG is ready. We are so hungry. We are entrepreneurial. We will run through walls. We want to be positive, disruptive to the business that we know today as live entertainment.
This building has to be unique. It has to be fantastic. It has to be something no one's ever seen before. It's the most dynamic, most modern, most technology-advanced arena that every artist dreams of playing.
This building has been uniquely designed and will be executed to be a great sports building. It's going to be a first-class music experience as well, which we've nailed.
Having this much content come through this marketplace, it's just amazing for the economy, for the hotel community, for the restaurant community. This city now is going to thrive with live music. It's going to be phenomenal. So we try to pick places where we believe in the community, and man, do we believe in Baltimore. But we also pick projects because of great leadership. And from the first day, we had a chance to Zoom. So today is the first time I get to meet the mayor in person. He grabbed my arm and said, just want to make sure you're real here. We are really, really happy to be partners with the mayor and the council and the political leaders here. I am really excited about the future of this city because I'm excited about your leader and I'm excited about the private-public partnership we've created. So Mayor Scott, please come up and talk about the public sector of our partnership, please, sir.
Thank you, Tim, and welcome home. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here for this such an important occasion. I want to start off by recognizing Tim and the entire Oak Food Group and their team. Let's give them a round of applause again for believing in betting in Baltimore. We also have with us today Senator Antonio Hayes, Sr. Got to make sure you put the senior on the end of that. Council President Nick Mosby, Comptroller Bill Henry, Councilman Eric Costello, Shalonda Stokes, President of Downtown Partnership, Brad M. Comer, co-founder of the Black Bank Fund. Thank you, sir. You couldn't have had a better name, sir. You couldn't have had a better name. Our partners at Harbor Bank, Colin and Kim from BDC. Thank you so much. Colin, this project has came a long way from discussing it in my parents' backyard in 97-degree weather during the pandemic. Also, we have former Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake is here, I believe, somewhere. And I know that, oh, there you are. We also have former Chief of Staff Calliope Parthemos, who's here with us today. And everyone who played a part in making this dream become a reality. And let's be honest, Baltimore, whether you call it the Civic Center, the Baltimore Arena, the First Mariner Arena, the Royal Farms Arena, this has been a long time coming. And we all know that Baltimore is home to a rich sporting, music, and entertainment culture. And while she is well overdue for a renovation, this wonderful old lady has always been a place where musical acts, sports teams, and entertainment shows has always wanted to be. It would take me hours on hours on hours to tell you all the wonderful memories I have in this arena, but I will share just a few with you. On December the 27th, 1990, I saw, at that time, my favorite basketball player, Charles Barkley, duel Bernard King, where they both had 35 points as the 76ers defeated the Bullets. I saw Jay-Z, DMX, Method Man, and Redman for the Hard Knock Life Tour. Tim, I attended many Blast games and caught a lot of paydays in the stands as a young man, and most importantly, I saw the circus with my mom and monster trucks with my dad and brothers. That's what this building means to Baltimore and Baltimore families each and every day. And today's groundbreaking will help cement our legacy as a great sports and entertainment city and landmark events destination for the Mid-Atlantic. This is a massive project and a huge win for the city, and I'm going to say it again, that the taxpayers are not paying a dime for. I say it again, zero taxpayer dollars in this project. And I personally couldn't be more excited to have a state-of-the-art modern arena in downtown Baltimore. This will help us attract even more events and visitors to our great city, helping drive hospitality revenues and expose more people to all the great restaurants, cultural venues, and world-class amenities that Baltimore has to offer. This space anchors $200 million of planned development in our downtown west side that will attract even more development to capitalize on all the great progress we are making in revitalizing the beating heart of our city. I am proud to say that thanks to the efforts of BDC and our partners at the Oakview Group, 35 Ventures, Kevin Durant, Clark Construction, and as you heard it earlier, Pharrell, we are on track to have a fabulous arena on time for the next year's CIAA tournament, and the new and improved arena will allow us to compete for even more new events. I really do want to take some time, as Tim said, to thank our newest partner, Pharrell, for his investment into this project and into Baltimore. Tim knows this story, but in February, Pharrell and I toured Drew Hill Park together as we were trying to convince him to relocate a music festival here, and he looked at me in my eye and said, I love Baltimore. I'm big on Baltimore. I love that this is a city where you guys value black people and their culture, and even if it isn't this festival, I am going to do something big in Baltimore, and he is a man of his word, and today I just want to give him a round of applause and say thank you. I am also elated about the positive economic impact that construction will have on our communities. We're talking about 500 construction jobs over the next 12 months with significant participation for minority and women-owned businesses. Baltimore's renaissance is going to require us, all of us, to take ambitious steps to facilitate a new era of economic growth, events, and inclusive development. Steps like the big one we are taking today. Steps that we are taking together with our residents, with our local business community, and with investors who believe in the promise of this place called Charm City. I am so excited about the progress we are making today and can't wait to be back for the ribbon cutting. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to the hardest working city councilman in city government. I think other than the students at the CIAA, he's the last person and myself to shoot jump shots in here. Frank can tell you that I made more than him. Frank has the footage. But the councilman for downtown Baltimore, none other than Eric Costello.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here today. First, Tim, I want to thank you for what I believe is a very strong bet, a bet on the future of Baltimore City. And I could not be more thrilled to have a world-class organization led by someone who's coming back home to Baltimore City. So let's give another round of applause for Tim. Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you and your administration, Deputy Mayor Carter, Colin and Kim at BDC, and everyone else who's worked tirelessly on this project. Mr. Mayor, this project really epitomizes what a true public-private partnership is. I could not be more thrilled about it. When I think about Baltimore City and I think about downtown's west side, it's a puzzle, just like everything else, every other city and every other neighborhood. And I think all the different pieces, I think about brand new Lexington Market coming online, project at Drover's Bank Building, Redwood Campus Center right across the street, University of Maryland Medical Center, Greenbaum Cancer Center. But every puzzle has corner pieces, and this is the corner piece. This is really the anchor of downtown's West Side. We are getting ready after years and years of work that Baltimore Development Corporation has pushed under Colin's leadership, under my predecessor and his, Bill Cole, at BDC. And we are getting ready to take downtown's West Side to a whole new level. And that's not going to be possible without strong private leadership. And that starts with none other than the person I'm going to introduce. There is no bigger advocate for downtown Baltimore, my friend and partner in this work. Please help me in introducing President of Downtown Partnership of Baltimore, Shalonda Stokes.
Thank you, everyone. This is an exciting day for us. I won't go through all of the same thank yous. I know everybody has said it. But what I do want you to see when you see our mayor and you see our president of the city council, our comptroller, several of our board members, our senator, and all, you see partnership in action. This is something, former Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake and Calliope, this is something that has been years in the making, and it's happening now, and it's in my home. One thing that I do want to say is yesterday was my second year anniversary of being in Downtown Partnership. That is a big deal. And one of the things I said to Colin, you need to keep this arena here if you want me to stay in this role. but it's real because it's an anchor for us in the city. This is the most transit-connected area in the city. It's the most diverse area in the city. And one of the things that Tim, we had an opportunity, and Francesca to talk about earlier, is this isn't for them a check in the box. You know, we believe and we want to say we have, you know, this percentage of black on our team. It's in every part of it. It's in the financing, it's in the construction, it's in making sure that our people have access here. And that's what this represents. So for Baltimore, from Baltimore and from downtown, we say thank you to our community holistically. For everybody who's out here, we say, how can you get engaged and lock arms? Because this is the beginning. We have a long way to go, but we have the right partners for it. I thank you. One thing that I slipped. Did y'all see that move? Is that going to make the news? Okay. But anyway, I wanted to, what's important about what I wanted to say, and I wanted to bring Brandon up in how we got into the equity conversation, even in the financing of what they're talking about doing. They brought in Brandon Comer. I want him to talk a little bit. He's the co-founder of the National Black Bank Foundation and the managing partner of Comer Capital Group. Please give us a few words.
All right, good afternoon. It's truly, as co-founder of the National Black Bank Foundation and the Black Bank Fund, it's an honor to be here and a part of this transformative project. Black banks have been on the front line of ensuring that we have capital in some of our most underserved communities. And Tim and the leadership team at OVG, they really embraced ensuring that diversity, equity, and inclusion was a part of every aspect and facet of this transformative project. So typically you see that reserved towards construction and some other more typical areas, but one of the things the Black Bank Foundation has worked with corporations to realize is that inclusion in the financing and capital stack, and including both black banks and minority depository institutions, has a transformative impact not only on those institutions, but the communities that they serve. And so as a part of the financing of this project, I'm happy that Harbor Bank of Maryland, represented by Ken Gui here today, will be a part of the financing of the debt for this project. And Harbor has been servicing Baltimore for over 40 years and providing much needed financing to both underserved parts of Baltimore and the greater region at large. So again, Tim and the team at OVG, thank you for having the intentionality to be inclusive and to ensure that black banks and minority depository institutions were a part of this project and will be a part of your ongoing projects in the future. And it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to invite the representative from Harbor Bank up to give a few words. Okay. Yeah.
I failed at my job. I had one assignment after that. Let me introduce and bring to the stage Colin Tarbert from the Baltimore Development Corporation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Colin Tarbert. I'm the president and CEO of the Baltimore Development Corporation. We're the city's economic development agency, and I'm your last speaker, I believe. So I'm excited because I never get the last word, so sit back, enjoy yourself. I do want to thank people. I know some of these folks have already been thanked, but first off, Mayor Scott and your team, thank you very much for the support of this project. All the city leadership represented today, both past and present. We couldn't have moved this project forward without you. OVG, you guys have been exceptional to work with. Tim, Francesca, Randy, Paul, Sarah, Don, Michael, the whole team has been awesome to work with. I've really enjoyed brainstorming and coming up with solutions and getting through to this milestone. And I also want to recognize maybe one of the newest members of OVG, the longtime general manager here, Frank Remish. He's a fixture with the arena. He literally comes with the building, so. And I want to recognize the BDC team. I'm joined here with our board chair, Augie Chesera. Thank you for being here and leading the board to make this recommendation. Kim Clark, I could not do this project. We could not do this project without her. I needed her permission to do this project, so thank you for letting me do this. And Bill Carlson, who is our legal counsel on the project. I also want to recognize some of the other city agencies that have been instrumental in getting us to this milestone. The Parking Authority, who we are disrupting their offices, and many other things have been great and patient with us, and your cooperation is much appreciated. The Housing Department and the Permitting Office has been great to get us to permits on time. The Law Department, the Department of Transportation have all played key roles in getting us to today. This is one of the largest private investments taking place in the city. The fact that the private sector is betting over $200 million in Baltimore says something about our city's future. It says the best days are still to come. People have talked about a new arena for over a decade or more, but we are actually doing it. Yes, there are still naysayers, but they're wrong. This is a great location. We are in downtown Baltimore, and with Shalonda leading the downtown partnership, downtown is the place to invest. It's also the most sustainable option. Reusing the concrete and the steel instead of tearing down this solid structure is a big deal. The arena will revitalize downtown, attract tens of thousands of event goers every year to see the world's top acts. With the opening of Lexington Market, the transformed arena, the new vision for Harbor Place, the long-stalled Howard and Lexington project moving forward, Baltimore is going to be remarkably more exciting in the next couple of years. But the way that we are reinvesting in Baltimore's future is by celebrating our great history in a new way. We are transforming Baltimore without losing our history and culture. This arena has a tremendous history. The arena will be reinvented, reimagined, and repositioned as the best venue on the East Coast. And I believe Baltimore as a city will do the same. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we'd like to invite the Oakview Group, city officials, and partners to the stage for the groundbreaking ceremony and photo op. If you could please come up.
2,